My name is Bill Samboy, and this is my story. My background is mainly electrical distribution construction, basically a lineman here in Florida. Been doing that for about 12 years now. I'm pretty much the guy that's people love when hurricanes and storms come around. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. But as long as you have good people, good friends, good coworkers that know what they're doing, and you plan a plan out, then hopefully no one gets hurt. But you know, there are casualties, so yes, it can be dangerous, but no more dangerous than a police officer or a firefighter. But with that being said, I've always been drawn to technology. I just never really pursued it until I saw and at about QA, and I saw these boot camps. I've always been looking for a change, and I felt that now at 50 is something that I could pursue. So that's when I really delved full time into it, and I started researching, and I saw a lot of things. And again, I attached the word engineer to a degree because I've worked in construction my whole life, and all the engineers in electrical distribution are like masters, bachelors, and everything. So I think that's why I never got into QA before or years before because of QA engineer or sales engineer until I looked at the boot camp and I'm like, man, you don't need any degree for this? Okay, this is awesome. So I live in Florida, but I was working in Ohio because I do a lot of contracting work. So I was out of state, working there. Obviously, my wife, my family, it's here in Florida. So I was out there by myself. This was actually last January. And to be honest, I was sleeping in my car. I had a Tacoma Tundra. I mean, I could have stayed in a hotel, but I decided to save my per diem because, I wanted to, pay the home and everything back home. So I was just saving money to be by myself. But while I was there, I was like, man, do I really want to do this? Like, I'm just tired of living this kind of lifestyle, even though the money's good, all that. And I just got tired of just chasing money because I've been chasing money my whole life. So I just said, I feel like this is the best time to do the switch. And I started looking at it. I'm like, okay, I've seen a couple of things here, data, QA. And I was like, QA, that's interesting. And then I was like, I really looked at it. I said, oh, you don't really need a degree for this? Okay, let's try it. So I enrolled and I thought it would be something great for me. So my pivotal moment came when I was in my car. I signed up for TripleTen while I was in the car. I got two laptops. I got a Wi-Fi, and I started taking the classes in my truck, man. I chose QA because I said, what is the QA about? I didn't choose it because it was the most expensive or the cheapest. I chose it because I did TripleTen has something that it shows you like, if you're not sure what you want to do in tech, it could be data, QA, software engineer, and it came back to QA. And then I looked into QA and I was like, that's interesting. And it's almost like, yeah, like when your cell phone's not working, that button's not working, you troubleshoot that. And I thought that was hilarious, but it's true because I said, man, I do that at work now. I'm a troubleshooter. So that's when I put the two into the together and went with QA. Not only talking with the career coach or whoever I spoke to, and they really explained it, I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel anything. They told me, what it is. If I'm interested, we can, move along. And also, I think what I liked about it was the financial options too were pretty good. And so I personally chose like the monthly installments, so I didn't have to deal with like no financial aid, nothing like that. I just was paying out of pocket. I have two daughters that are 15, 16, and I'm telling them now, hey, listen, whatever you do in life, whether it's real estate, whether it's this, like technology is the thing. I am not, no way, no how. I'm not even worried about it. 51, 52, 53. I'm just glad that I was able to get in the game. And I hope that I can be an influence, something positive for people that might be my age, maybe a few years younger, maybe a few years older. And to add to that, just in with TripleTen, I never felt any kind of way. Yes, the majority of people there are young, but I felt like everyone there was willing to help. What I like about TripleTen is being able to work with coaches, mentors, I think Discord was probably the most powerful thing for me. The first chapter was okay, but once I got to I think 3 doing the test cases, yeah, that really kind of threw me for a loop, you know? And I really got a lot of help from the coaches on Discord and also the people that you are also learning with, like, all those that are coming up with you learning QA, we can also kind of like exchange feedback, ideas, and thoughts like that. The way the structure of TripleTen is set up is designed for you to succeed if you follow the process. It's funny because we always have these plans and notions and ideas. Once we graduate, we'll go get the job or we'll be good. But no, that's not even half the battle, man. The real battle starts is when you actually pass your class and you start job hunting and you realize, like, oh man, like there's a lot of competition out there, and then you apply, your mind is like, okay, I should be getting a job in 3 months, which you can. You might get it in 2 weeks. I didn't only just apply for QA, I applied for almost anything similar in the role that would just land me an opportunity to get into the tech field. So I applied for um, robotics too. So when I landed the interview, the fact that I had the QA experience, it really helped me out a lot. So what I'm saying is, like, don't just narrow it down to QA in the beginning. I would say apply for anything that you can. Um, Now that I transferred over to quality assurance, all of those transferable skills came over with it too. For instance, like troubleshooting is something that I would do all the time. Like, why is this transformer not working? I'm not getting power on this side of the house. So all that is quality assurance. It's troubleshooting. I can scale a lot faster where I'm at now than I would in the power company. I'm learning a lot about it because now I'm on the inside. So I absolutely love it. Like I said, I have the freedom that I didn't have before. And I'm also learning. So I'm getting paid to learn. And that's one thing that's also great. And the ability to move up. Like, just be open-minded, man. There's never going to be a good time, honestly, to make a decision to do what you want to do in life because you're always going to have something. It could be a good time, it could be a bad time, it could be a delay in something, you could have a death, you could have financial burdens, whatever. Like, there's never a perfect time for you to say, I'm going to try this at this amount of time. So I just decided to do it at that time, regardless of whatever the outcome was, because I knew that I needed to change. I just knew that the change was more important for me. And once the change became like more painful than anything else, I just decided to go ahead and do it because there was never going to be a perfect time. So, I mean, if I can do it in the car, there's no reason why no one else can do it, at 20 or living at home. I didn't have those luxuries. I was out there on my own, but I was just hungry for it.